Manchester United bombshell transfer that could change and bring glory back to Old Trafford. Hey football fans. Welcome back to Unite United News. Big transfer updates today. Manchester United is in the headlines once again as they're making waves in the summer transfer window. Man United scouts monitoring incredible £28 million man who can outjump Ronaldo. Manchester United are now monitoring an incredible £28 million striker ahead of a possible move for him in the summer, according to a recent report. Man United news and updates. The Red Devils are back in Premier League action on Saturday lunchtime as they travel to Goodison Park for the final time to face Everton. It has been another week of no midweek matches for United, and Ruben Amorim will be hoping he can welcome one or two players back who missed the game against Tottenham. Man United and Ineos have moved one step closer to possibly completing their first summer signing. Kobbie Mainoo looks set to be on the sidelines for the next couple of games, but Amorim could receive a double boost, as defender Leny Yoro and midfielder Christian Eriksen are expected to be back for the game against Everton after recovering from illness. Meanwhile, Manuel Ugarte and Toby Collier could also be involved, as their injuries are not considered serious. Away from injury news, it was reported this week that former Man United player Mason Greenwood is being linked with a move to both Paris Saint-Germain and FC Barcelona. The French champions are said to have already offered £62 million to sign the player, which is great news for United, as they have a 50% sell-on clause, meaning they will earn £31 million from that transfer should it go through. Man United monitoring £28 million striker with incredible jump. Some of that money they could get from Greenwood could be used to sign a new striker, as according to Turkish outlet Sabah relayed by the People's Person, Man United are keeping a close eye on Fenerbahce Youssef En-Nesyri ahead of the summer transfer window. The Red Devils have been mentioned with a move for the forward before, but interest has never gathered to the point a bid has been made. But it is now claimed that United as well as Arsenal are monitoring En-Nesyri, as he impresses in Turkey. The 27-year-old, who has been dubbed incredible by David Moyes, joined the Turkish Giants in the summer transfer window from Sevilla, and he has become a real hit for Fenerbahce under Jose Mourinho. The forward has scored an impressive 15 goals in just 22 Super League games, as Mourinho's side try to chase down Galatasaray at the top of the table, but his real claim to fame was his form in the 2022 World Cup, where his headed finish for Morocco against Portugal saw him jump to 2.78 meters, higher than Cristiano Ronaldo's famous header against Sampdoria. The Morocco international spent all his career in Spain before moving to Turkey, so he is a player that has never played in the Premier League before. However, the physical power and ability in the air he possesses means he could fit perfectly into the Premier League standing at 6'2". The Red Devils need to add more power to their forward line in the summer, and while En-Nesyri may not be their preferred choice to lead the line, he could be a very useful backup option for Amorim. However, he would be a costly backup, as a team from Saudi Arabia bid €35 million, £28 million, in the summer, and that was knocked back by Fenerbahce. Man United target set to leave in the summer. United's recent financial results prove that even though they have ambitious plans for the summer, it isn't a case of presenting blank checks to potential players/selling teams. Therefore, looking for bargains or players who are already on the transfer list is the way to go so as to execute an intelligent rebuild. In that vein, Fabrizio Romano's update on Atlanta's forward Ademola Lookman will come as music to the ears of Man United. United's interest in Lookman stretches back to the summer, and it was reignited as the January window approached because he suits perfectly in the number 10 role in Ruben Amorim's 3-4-2-1. Romano has now said that Lookman's transfer will happen this year amid his tiff with head coach Gian Piero Gasperini after he called Lookman out brutally recently. Romano said, "Understand plan remains for Ademola Lookman to leave Atlanta this summer. Atlanta will try to clarify the situation with Gasperini in the next 24h after strong quotes, but won't change future plans. It was already planned last summer, transfer to happen this year. Ademola Lookman is a perfect fit, but issues remain. Tactically, Lookman is a perfect fit for Man United, and recent events have probably made him easier to extract out of Atlanta than he was a week ago. However, Lookman's response to Gasperini's criticism is also a double-edged sword. It has made Lookman's position at the club effectively untenable, but also presented itself as a red flag about his professionalism. Granted, Gasparini's words were unnecessarily harsh, and it can be argued that Lookman was just defending himself, but the public manner he did it in leaves some questions. Both parties should have dealt with it internally, and neither comes out looking too good from the whole situation. United and Amorim need to get their scouting right before proceeding to sign Lookman. They can't afford another dressing room problem. Man United willing to pay significant fee to sign La Liga star, report. Manchester United do not have much left to play for this season in whatever is left apart from Pride, and they would be better off going back to the drawing board and trying to identify how to solve these issues next season. The Red Devils are not in a favorable position in the Premier League, and in terms of chances of silverware, the only realistic option left is the FA Cup, where a number of big teams have been knocked out. The Europa League is an unlikely shot. Ultimately, the truth here on paper is that Man United are in a situation where they don't have the squad to be competitive enough like some of their other rivals. Ruben Amorim needs to focus on addressing this by using the summer transfer window. Now, as per Spanish source, Fichajes, Man United are willing to pay a significant fee to sign talented Real Madrid playmaker Arda Güler, who is hardly getting a look in due to the competition of places in Madrid. The Turkish attacking midfielder is too good a player to waste his time on the bench. During the Euros back in the summer, Güler showed the entire world what he was capable of, proving to be a key cog in Turkey's impressive campaign. Still just 19 years old, his entire footballing career lies ahead of him but might be outside the Spanish capital. The issue with being Real Madrid is that although it guarantees sporting success more often than not, it is very difficult for youngsters to find a spot in the 11. It is time for Man United to capitalize and sign a player who can define a generation. A player as talented as the Turkish teenager has made just 6 La Liga starts and 1 Champions League start, being resigned to the bench most times. Güler will perfectly sit into Ruben Amorim's 11 and is capable of occupying the right side of attacking midfield. He has a magical left foot and will be able to cut into his favored foot and try and influence the game from there. The report mentions Liverpool and Bayern Munich also being interested in Güler, but no one can offer him regular game time like Man United can at the moment. Let's wait and see if Ruben Amorim is able to convince the Turkish youngster to choose Old Trafford as his next destination. Manchester United ready to pay clause and could now face wage battle alongside Chelsea. Manchester United and Chelsea have been credited with Napoli's Victor Osimhen over the past few windows, including the winter market. The striker has been on loan at Galatasaray since last summer, and journalist Jakob Sinner reports the Red Devils and Chelsea wanted him in January. Sinner claims Osimhen refused to entertain Manchester United, Chelsea and Juventus since he had promised to finish the season at Galatasaray. Italian journalist Emanuele Camerotto covers the trio's interest in the 26-year-old in his column for Napoli magazine. The Nigeria international has to return to Napoli at the end of this season and will have to find a new club in the summer window. He has a €75 million release clause, and Camerotto claims it's valid only for clubs outside Italy. He adds the Naples club aren't willing to sell him to Juve, and if the latter still insist, Napoli could demand €100 million. Osimhen earns €10 million per year at Napoli, and the journalist claims he expects to earn at least the same salary. According to Camerotto, there may be 5% chance of the frontman staying at Napoli next season. The likely scenario at this moment in time is for the Italian club to collect €75 million from his sale. The journalist claims Manchester United, Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain are ready to pay the clause in the next window. These clubs have to be wary of Al Ahly, who are willing to offer him €30 million per year salary, while Chelsea don't want to offer more than €8 million. If Osimhen decides to continue in Europe, Manchester United could face a wage battle with Chelsea to sign him. Barring any last-minute surprises, he is likely to change clubs again this year. Man United expert reveals interesting dynamic that would see Red Devils land top striker. Liam Delap celebrates goal for Ipswich. A Manchester United expert has revealed in what circumstance the Red Devils' bulldozing summer target will be within their finances. Defeat to Tottenham on Sunday leaves United in 15th and looking over their shoulder towards the relegation zone, with Ruben Amorim failing to revert the slide down the table started by Erik ten Hag. Patrick Dorgu was the only first-team addition in January, and the club's latest reported financial results make for grim reading. And that's why Laura Whitwell, the Athletic's Manchester United reporter, believes the club may well be relying on Ipswich getting relegated if they're to secure the signing of Liam Delap, who's caught the eye for the Tractor Boys this season. Speaking on the Talk of the Devils podcast, Whitwell revealed that United have definitely looked at Delap this season and have a connection to the striker through technical director Jason Wilcox. He said, "It feels like that has some substance to it. From my perspective, they've definitely looked at him." Jason Wilcox, who is the technical director, was the academy director when Liam Delap was signed for their Man City's academy. They sold him to Ipswich for something like 20 million. So a lot of money for a player who hasn't played in the Premier League before. But what a season he's having. He scored again at Villa Park. Lovely finish, 10 goals in the Premier League now for him. That is some going. What I'm told is that if Ipswich go down, the fee would be within United's finances. If they stay up, maybe not. It's an interesting dynamic, that one. Chelsea are also, of course, all over him, but I feel like that's a really intriguing sort of prospect because he fits into that young kind of player that Ineos are after. But he's got that season of experience, and he is a bulldozing kind of figure, isn't he? And join the debate. Manchester City could throw a spanner in the works as they hold a £30 million buyback option on Delap, who former Red Devils defender Paul Parker reckons would be absolutely perfect for Amorim at Old Trafford. You could say that Liam Delap is an ideal forward to play for Manchester United, which is easy to say because Manchester United doesn't have a centre forward at this moment in time. So Liam Delap would make a massive difference, Parker said. He can take the ball down, fight people off, doesn't go down easy, and he makes those unselfish runs in behind. He would be absolutely perfect for Manchester United and a lot of other teams in the Premier League. What are your thoughts on this latest news? Drop your comments below. I'd love to hear what other United fans think about these developments. Glory, glory, Man United!